Hi everyone, it's Jowd, and welcome back to Let's Play Ghost Trek. Last time we went on a completely pointless tour around the city, and then came back here to do what we were actually supposed to do, which was talk to everyone, instead of going out and doing what the game told us to do, which was go out and gather information. So we're chatting to Jowd right now, and he's hopefully about to tell us the truth of what actually happened 5 years ago when he says he killed his wife. To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's, Alma's, birthday. We came home from work. She went in first. Bang. And we already obviously saw this from Camilla's story. Mom! Mom! What was that noise? I looked for the shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camilla, just the two of them. So the little lady's mother died right in front of her. Oh my, that's so horrible. Camilla told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to. Made an impossible move. An impossible move? I would go powers of the dead, but I think it's better to carry on this line of conversation, so... Camilla was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there were two very strange points about that contraption. The first was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right, that was an antique gun I'd had on display for years. So it wasn't part of the little lady's original design. Of course it wasn't. It was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. Cupid? So we're going to watch the whole thing again. Gets lit, and then... that is, it was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around. Now, we've seen that happen before. Somebody made a change to the contraption's design, and then manipulated it. I don't know what to say. I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camilla. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. Adjustment to the scene? What kind of adjustment? The gun, of course. The gun, eh? Come to think of it. There was no gun there, just a picture hanging on the wall. Of course not, because I secretly switched the gun out of that frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption, but one thing was for certain. That gun was still smoking. So that gun really did shoot Alma? I hid the gun before I went to the police. You hid it? I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective. What? You mean... And that detective still thinks it's a music box. So that's what was in the box, huh? I got a different murder weapon ready to give to the police, my own pistol. Somehow they didn't manage to match the rifling marks on the bullet or even examine it, and try to confirm that it was my gun. And I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details. About the only thing you could have done, as I said, to match the rifling marks was, yeah, not going into the details, but pulling the bullet out of your wife and shooting her with your gun. When I was all done, I turned myself in. And of course I've got the powers of death to chat about as well. It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alma. There was no other explanation. That's what I'd convinced everyone of, even me. But tonight you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before. The powers of the dead, right? That day, in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about those powers. Is somebody there? Can you hear me? I can sense your presence, you know. The kidnappers who abducted Camilla knew about those powers. This is no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective Jowd. There's still time before dawn. A little anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? So there we go. Detective Jowd, is what you told us now just true? Just now true? Yes, of course. In that case, there's still time. Cabanera, meanwhile, because he wasn't privy to this conversation, wonders what the hell she's talking about. Still time? Time to solve the case that started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, Detective Jowd, and of course, little Camilla didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator is still out there, and I'm going to prove it. For Camilla's sake. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Detective Jowd. Lynn, where is that music box now? In Temsig Park. Camilla left it there. Wait, I'm pretty sure we never actually told her that. That gun is important evidence. You'd better go pick it up. Alternatively, now that I've just told you that there's a gun in a box in the park, the police could go check it out, but, you know, the police in this area are pretty damn terrible, so you'd better do it for them. Yes, sir. I'll go right now. Well, I suppose she is a detective, but, you know. Sizzle, take care of Detective Jowd. And do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side. And yet again, I say, easy enough for you to say. What's going on? Tell me the deal, Mr. Death Row inmate. A little change in plans. My daughter has been kidnapped. I can't just go off to die without doing something. But you're in our custody, don't forget. Back at the prison, everybody's waiting for you with a special seat just for you, baby. What, do they have a spare? Then I guess we'd better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Camilla, in more ways than one. And that's all there is to it. I see, my old friend, in more ways than one. Don't kick him! That's not polite. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Should the execution be carried out tonight as planned? Or should we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in? The order still stands. Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please don't bow down to me, and especially not that low. I wasn't going to comment out on it, but yes, he bows very low, he does. In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Would you be so kind? Yes, sir! Where did he pull that thing from? The van should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Will you show me another miracle in these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row inmate? I don't think he was talking to Jowd. I'm glad to see Detective Jowd all fired up now, but I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynn does come through with the proof of Jowd's innocence, it will be meaningless if Jowd or Camilla dies. I've got to do something about that kidnapping, somehow. Maybe I should ask for some advice from the capable detective here. The one we just got done talking to? Most likely, the minister won't stop the execution, not as long as there's any small chance his daughter is the one who was kidnapped. But she isn't the one, I'm sure of it. Well, it would be great if we could prove that to the minister. Prove it? How? I doubt his wife's ever going to answer that phone if we call from here. If we call from here, right? But a telephone works in both directions. What are you saying? What I'm saying is only family members can solve a family problem. Hey, Mr. Ghost. Yes? I have to admit I don't like depending on others. But you're the only one who can change the situation. Gee, detective. For these past 5 years, Camilla is the only thing that kept me going. I can't go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me? I'll try. The key to getting the Justice Minister to stop the execution is his wife and daughter. But is there a way? And just for fun, we'll have a chat with the Justice Minister. Excuse me, Mr. Minister. I can't hear you. La 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 la. I'm sure you heard everything we've been saying. Are you telling me you don't believe any of it? Let me speak plainly. I don't trust you. But there's somebody else whom I trust even less. Yeah? Who's that? Me. I can't explain your existence. It's not normal, but I'm pretty abnormal myself. So maybe you're a figment of my imagination, a delusion. Would you listen to a delusion? To be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. Got the bit about you not trusting me, though. Good! To be honest, I think that's probably one of the sanest reactions to having a ghost pop up in your head. At least without any evidence to back it up. Anyway. Well, hanging around here won't change anything. I've got 10 minutes before the prison van shows up. If I could just do something about the kidnapping in those 10 minutes. I guess the telephone lines are my only hope. Now I think it's when we're supposed to go to the red apartment, so let's go ahead and do that. I mean, Jowd did pretty heavily hint at a family matter and so on and so forth. Just as I thought. This little girl is safe in her bed. Because coming here every other time was optional, we're not going to wonder how she got here from being missing or wonder where she went. Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, and now kidnapping. This last link in the long chain of a sad fate lit a fire in Jowd's heart, and the chance to turn it all around right here is right here in this room. I'm getting a strange premonition. Everything that happened so far tonight has related back to me in some way. I bet this mistaken-ridden abduction does too. Will we save? No, we won't. Will we continue? Yes, we will. As usual. Chapter 13, 12:51 AM. I visited the novelist's apartment again. I'm hoping to be able to do something about this mistaken identity kidnapping. As long as there's any possibility that it could be his own daughter who was kidnapped, I doubt the Justice Minister will call off the execution tonight. The key to dispelling the Minister's doubts is now in bed coughing, and I need to use this key before that prison van arrives to pick up our death row inmate. Oh goody, I get to do this lady's voice again. I haven't done this in a while. My darling angel, oh just listen to that cough. You naughty thing, did you leave your nice warm bed to go out into the night to play? A daughter after my own heart, but I must confess, I didn't even notice you were gone. We did. I didn't go out to play, I went to buy Papa a birthday present. He said he wanted a new lighter. But that's no reason to go out this late at night. Also, how the hell would a child your age be able to buy a lighter? I thought there were age restrictions on those things. I mean, it's fire for crying out loud. But my fever finally went down. I could barely move before that. Yeah, I'd said before I gave up on her voice, and I've still given up on her voice. But look at what it brought you. Your fever is now worse than ever. Here is to the feverish passion of my darling angel. Mama? Yes, darling? Let's call Papa and wish him a happy birthday, even though it's already past midnight. Not tonight, Emily. I hate you! It looks like this little girl was safe all along. I already knew that, but I'm still relieved all the same. And there's another lucky development too. Emily wants to call her father. Now, if I can just make use of that feeling somehow, that would surely bring the Justice Minister around. But first, since we're in a new chapter, we're going to go everywhere else. It's only been like a part or two since we last went, but nonetheless, worth a quick look, as usual. Hey, why so quiet? Ray? What's going on? Maybe he isn't here anymore. Poor Ray. Oh, now it's called Novelist's Apartment rather than Lady's Red Apartment. It only took this long to call her a novelist. I know we just came from there, but worth a quick look at the Justice Minister's office. room is filled with tension. Everybody is on edge, waiting, fearful. Everybody except one. The inspector in white is sitting, humming a tune to himself. Okay then, if you say so. Off to the park. Will we find Lynn looking for the music box? No. And we said there wouldn't be anything happening here for a while, but nonetheless I'm going to go here. Because you never know, just in case. Nope, nothing here, okay. There probably isn't much going on anywhere. Again, it's only been a part or two since we last checked, but you never know. So, these parts are getting more and more boring. They were very interesting at first, so I'm sorry if this is boring anyone. I think next time what I'll do is I'll cut ahead. Next time, not this time, but next time I'll cut ahead to any actually interesting things. That seems like the best plan. Here we go. No. Okay. External line. Nothing here, as usual. Special investigation unit. Nothing here. The kitchen. Maybe the chef has returned. Maybe he'll sing for a bit. No, he hasn't. Yeah, okay. This was pointless. I'm not going to bother going to either of those places. We know they're abandoned. So, I guess we'll go back to... there it is, Novelist's apartment. And that seems like as good a time as I need to finish off the part. So, next time on Let's Play Ghost Trick, we're going to sort out a way for the little girl here to contact her father on the telephone. And then, well, we'll see what happens from there. Hopefully the Justice Minister calls off the execution for at least a couple of hours to let us do some other things. So, thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time, and bye-bye.